Never stop, never settle.
When you got to the league, the first person that you ran into that like bust your ass, that you knew that was like, man, this shit for real. Like, who was the first person that you ran into and it was like, man, it's a level?
I would say probably like Rod Strickland.
Ooh. OG Strick.
Man, I ran into Rod Strickland. It was just like, where this motherfucker coming from, dog? He was coming on a break, whoa, in and out, high crossover, and I'm like backing up. And he cuffed the ball, and I'm still backing up, thinking like, you know what I mean? I'm backing up from the three. Dog, I'm under the basket. He laying it up.
Lay.
Dimes, all that. I would say him, Terrell Brandon.
Ooh, people forget about TB. TB had a wave.
John Stockton. John Stockton embarrassed me, dog. Yeah. Like, John Stockton made me feel like, damn, dog, like, do I know how to play basketball? You know, you had that moment where you like, shit, like, am I sorry, dog? Like, what the fuck am I, well, you know, like, what the fuck is going on? I had never been taken out the game so fast. He had ripped me like twice. Yeah. Like, and not even like
just being
ripped
heady.
on the ball. It's just like
being heady, smarter than you.
You know, I'm going for the outlet the wrong way. You know what I mean? Boom, steal. You know what I mean? I get the loose ball. Oh, he gone, steal. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something.
He see your mistakes.
And he was tough, hard nosed.
He was
too.
Take you under the big
screens. Yeah, like I remember.
Was he way bigger than what you thought he was?
Yeah, he was.
He was way bigger than what I thought he was.
He was a lot taller.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you look at him on the court, on TV, you know, like his look could be deceiving. Yeah. It's almost like how Steph Curry looked. Like on TV, he looked like, oh man, like he just looked like a regular dude. But like when you stand next to him, like, yo, this motherfucker like
he big.
Built like an athlete. Yeah. John Stockton, though, he would like, he was so dope, dog, because he walk you all the way down to the wing, right? And he'll walk you to the same spot, whether you pressuring him or not. Like, he knew what spot he was going to get to. He knew what he was going to, like, he was fucked once he got to the spot that he was going to get to. Jason Kidd was dope when I first got in the league. You know, Iverson, Stephon Marbury, who else was called? Nick Van Exel. Nick Van Exel was the truth.
Quick.
Nick Van Exel was cool. He was one of my favorite dudes since Cincinnati.
My favorite too.
Then everybody else, you know, Tim Hardaway, you know, I like dudes like that I looked up to, but I think it was like John Stockton was probably like the dude who like humbled me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Real shit.
Like shows you like, oh, this real.
Yeah, real shit, dog. I couldn't do nothing with him, dude.
We got
I was glad when he was gone, dog.
Boy.
Yeah, we got an opportunity to get a chance to play against them, like I think, 2 years?
Yeah.
We first got in the league. And, man, they was so, this was like at the end of them, but they still was like good. They did everything right.
Everything right.
They ran their play. They knew everything to do. I'm talking about Malone. He's silly. He ain't doing no work. He's just silly folks.
Frustrating. It's frustrating. I mean, that's the beauty of basketball, though. Like, you can play it at any age if you good and you fundamentally sound. And, like, you know, I think we was fortunate to, like, be able to catch a lot. Like, we caught MJ when he came back. You know what I mean? Like, he gave us 56, dog. You know what I mean? Like, that shit they be playing on Instagram, that was on us, dog.
That was right.
I know how that whole shit played out. You dig what I'm saying?
That was crazy.
That shit was crazy because he was like 40.
Right.
Wasn't he like 40?
He was something like that. Too old to be doing that. So
it was like, that shit was just happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That shit was just happening, dog. You know what I mean? Like, he catch you from the beginning. Like, what's up, Mike?
Right.
Like, damn, what kind of cologne you got on? This smell good, too. No. You know what I mean? Boom, and then come out first, you know, hit the first 3 buckets, 6 points. Now he got 14 points in the first quarter. Coach called a timeout. Paul Silas said, hey, y'all just gonna sit and watch homeboy over here getting fried? I was like, damn, I ain't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't even get off the fact that, like, what kind of cologne he was wearing. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't guarding him. I'm watching like, damn, he don't even stink. He don't smell good. He killing. There's like, you guard him, BD. I remember one play, I thought I blocked that shit. I was like, man, get that shit out of here. That's some smack. I was like, all right, I probably need to shut up. But that was a fucking, like, it was like, being in a matrix. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yo, this shit ain't real. Like, you like, damn, that's Jordan though. You know, like you in the game, like fanning out, trying to guard the dude, and it's like 35.
Bro, I remember.
42.
I literally remember when we played them a home game. You know how you know all of the different people that work for the team. Remember, we knew the one buddy that used to take the pictures at the Staples Center. Yeah. Dude, I'm like, yo. Make sure you catch some shots. Me and Mike today. You feel me? Like, look, I need that. Like, look. Keep that between you and me, but you make sure you go out of your way to catch some shots. I don't care, like we stand there. Make sure I stand next to him a lot. You know what I'm saying? Catch some shots. Like that was crazy. Like, yo, we get the hoop against Mike when we thought we missed it. You know what I'm saying? Like we got like blessed with some moments.
And he still was that cold though.
He was cold.
He was that cold.
Dog, he was cold. I know I played against him at Jordan camp. And I don't know if we was playing 1-on-1 or 5-on-5. I know every time I was guarding him and he got the ball, we was going to 7. He had 7 in a row.
Right.
In a row.
And then when he wasn't moving, you know what I mean? It was just like he was catching the ball and he do
on
like
that spot.
It was. He had the coldest, like fast twitch reaction, like pump fake shot. Like he couldn't even get to that shit. That shit was crazy.
Then he fade.
Oh, you look up, you like, what? And he talking shit to you.
Talking the craziest. Then
they laughing at you and shit. Oh, okay, it's like that.
But saying the most ridiculous swagged out stuff ever, like like what? Like you say something crazy, so you like, come on now, you like, I can stop that, like, huh? You can stop that. I know 30 teams that'll pay you the most money you can get right now. Like you like, come on, dog. How you just gonna say that to me? Like we was just fool. Like what you talking about? Hit you with a bar, like you heard what he just said. You like if you was that was even remotely true, boy, you would be maxed out in the NBA right now. People don't even understand like how much of a wave that whole time was, like going to Jordan's camp in Santa Barbara, and like all the top, like LeBron them came through there, Marvin, Chris Paul, everybody before they like when they was in high school, college, like they, and we was going through there, like we went through that. Then it was like when we got to the Clippers, we for sure going over. When you started coming, I remember us driving on a 405, coming back and forth, seeing each other after, like we would go back and forth at night, and it's like
that's when it was.
It was live,
but you couldn't, like, you know, everybody was running to the fade. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Not everybody just work out.
Well, no, it's like, and then you got like right now you got all the shoe companies. Everybody got a camp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It's so segregated.
I got my top 100. I got my, like, man, ain't even like 500 people that good. You know what I mean? Let's, you know, it used to be like, yo, the top dogs is coming. You know, like, oh, so and so gonna be there. Oh,
we like,
sign me up. I don't care what.
Santa Barbara, where it's about to be cracking at.
All smoke.
I made sure I signed up every year.
Man, but y'all was like the young dudes who came in was like, man, we going everywhere. We whooping everybody ass. We hooping 365 days. Hey, y'all used to go hard at the celebrity games.
We was thirsty, bro. We was
super. Hey, y'all was the first dudes putting up like 40, 60 at celebrity games. It was like, yo, what are they on, dog? Like they was just out there housing.
We was
fans
happy to
going
be here. What he
crazy on that
said?
shit.
In a layup line, putting on a dunk contest performance. We like, look, this our chance. Like, boy, like think about when we was first in Zoes. When we first came to Zoes, that was literally that event right there. The first one in 2000. That was when Vince came off the dunk contest. I just remember we pulling up to the Mayfair Hotel. It's like, hold on.
Before you explain this, I don't remember the first Zoes.
He missed it because he had a chicken pox. He was there, but he was in the room. Shout out, Leah, Will, Cosby. They all Sherry Riley. Was in the room.
While we talking about the first Zoes, we can't talk about the second Zoes.
Down with oatmeal.
We gotta talk about the first Zoes.
I'm coming back to the room. You know me, I'm 19. I'm coming back to the room like, we with AI, we with, I'm like, I'm going crazy.
You sure did.
He missed it. But look, that's what like, I'm telling you, look, he said, Lord. Hey, bro, when we get there, it's like, I'm looking like this is like, it was everybody from T-Mac to Vince to BD, Larry Hughes, Zoe. You had KG, you had Twan, it was like, bro, like when that first night when we got to kick it, we went out, I'm like, bro, I'm in a limo with Allen Iverson, and this man sitting here talking to me like he know me, calling me my name. I'm like, everybody was showing love. It was like, dude, like this was my first, like after the draft and going and doing all stuff. That was the first NBA event, so it was so like, wait, this is the league, like
that shit was lit, dog.
What?
But it was also like a brotherhood. It was like, you know, that's when it was like OGs in the league. You know
real
what I mean?
talk,
So
real
you had to,
talk.
like, pay your dues, and you know what I mean. Dudes will sock you in the chest for getting out of line, not out of disrespect,
It was
just
a
because they
respect
had been
factor.
through it. You know what I mean?
Young boys respect
Like going to magic game and all that stuff. Yeah, like all
they was hard on us, but they were like used to always let us party. You know what I mean? And like, but make sure we did our work and all that other.
Cause like
shit.
for us, when we came in, like even like he's saying, as a young boys that was thirsty, like part of us, like it didn't. We went to anybody that asked us charity game, we was there. From
went
GP to Pat to Magic to Zoe, and I'm talking about like when we say we was there, when they say we was there, like you know the OGs, like they not really about like y'all wasn't getting up going to like the kids clinics in the morning. Y'all done hung out partying like. We the ones, they like, nah, y'all go ahead and go to that. So we showing up to everything. Yeah. Boy, we eat peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat with the kids. We in the camps, we doing drills. That's how he got chicken pox.
One of the little badass kids gave me chicken pox.
We all up in the camps. So like, word up.
No, they supposed to be at home.
That's a fact.
So they knew that
you got the kid with the chicken pox. Can't miss that.
Bruh.
Mommy out there putting him, like getting him dressed with gloves and calamine. Like, baby, gonna meet D Miles, shit. Fuck chicken pox and all. Get your ass.
Take that picture. Smile.
That's the one you see. You feeling sorry for him. Like, damn, what's wrong with Lil Homie and shit? He look like he ain't got no energy. I got the chicken pox, cuz.
Hey, he was buzzed, bro. Like, I'm like, what's wrong with him? We done kicked look there, bro. Like, you gotta understand, we get there the whole week. We living, we was staying in Zoe crib. You know what I'm saying? We up there, we kicking. We can't believe what's going on. Zoe got like a Coca-Cola Sprite machine with him on the cover.
Zoe sick,
bro. We hitting things like you ain't got to put no money in there. We like, bro, this is a movie for real. This is something that, like, you know how that was something we saw on a movie. You ain't never been to nobody's crib. They for real got a whole authentic real pop machine.
No, Zoe was like a mafia dude. He was like a Miami mafia player, Corleone.
Boy,
he used to come through with the walkers. You ain't seen Zoe. So like, once or twice, and then at the game.
Time out. And this is the thing. Like, I love OG. I love you to death. But bruh, he will make you mad shaking your hand. That man will try and break your hand. Listen. Me and D Wright talk about it all the time. It's been a few times where, all right, now I'm going to bow you or pound you. You are not about to take my hand and have me really mad at you for about 5 minutes, bro. Yeah. Like, it's not like, clearly it's not intentional or nothing, but it's like that whole, you could tell he was raised under that give a stern handshake. Like, bro, you take it way too far, bro. That man too strong.
You gotta learn how to bend that elbow. Give in. Give him a flimsy hand when he's shaking your shit hard. Make that motherfucker flimsy. You ain't about to break my bones, dog.
You went to Crossroad.
Yeah.
What made you make that decision? Like, I want you to start from like that part and make a decision.
It was almost like the decision was made for me.
Yeah.
You know, so coming up, it was just like, you know, I was on the east side, so I was going to east side school. But my homeboy had got killed. Like my homeboy, he was in 6th grade, I was in 5th grade. When he went to 7th grade, he got shot and killed at the bus stop. So my grandmother was always like, man, she was scared. You know what I mean? Because, like, man, you got to get on the bus. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then when you get to 7th grade, that's when you really, like, elementary school, you like gangbanging, but you're not like gang. You just mimicking shit you see and the environment. But 7th grade is when you really got to start, like, either you got to pick a lane, you know what I mean? And try and figure out how to, like, survive more so than anything. But like, if you any type of, like, you know, like, real dude or a leader or somebody who stand out, like, man, come on, man, you already know what's happening. You know, they gonna pressure you. So my grandmother I don't think she wanted that for me. My AAU coach at the time, he was like, yo, this kid funny, you know what I mean? Every time like I take him places, you know what I mean? He always cracking jokes, make people feel good. He would do good in like a environment like this. He worked for K-Swiss. They sponsor 4 teams, 3 Catholic schools and Crossroads. The Crossroads point guard was like 5'6", black kid from Inglewood. So when he sponsored, and then the Crossroads coach was from South Central who went to Fremont. His auntie was a school nurse who was like my grandma homegirl. Like, so they used to talk about it. So it was just always like, it was just like so many connections.
Yeah, like, get him up out of here.
It was like, yo, get him up out of here. You know what I mean? And so like, the crazy thing, when I went to tour Crossroads, I was like, hell no, I ain't coming here. They ain't even got no basketball court. Right. No, they don't got a playground.
Yeah, I remember seeing
my elementary school is bigger than this school. How am I, like, I'm going backwards, dog. They ain't got no gym. I was like, yo, let me take you to the gym. Dog, they take me to the gym, dog. The ceiling about this big. Yeah. I'm like,
word?
So I was like, oh, no, I'm not going here. My grandma was like, oh, yeah, you going here. Yeah. And that's how I got the Crossroads. It was just like my AAU coach, you know, the high school coach, my grandma. So it wasn't like I was recruited, you know what I mean? It was just like, yo, this kid need an opportunity, you know what I mean? So it was just like I just say it was God, you know what I'm saying? Like, because for us, you know how it is, it's like we dream ourselves into these positions, you know what I mean? We wish ourselves into these positions, and it's almost like, if you think about like our game and like we collecting coins, like every time we do good, stay away from the bullshit.
Right.
You know, something happened. You know what I mean? And then that's how we get to this spot, especially, you know, Chicago, dog. East St. Louis. You know what I mean? Right. Come on, dog. It's like, how did that happen? So I just think it was the grace of God and like, you know, just the goodness of people seeing.
Yeah, like our people around us, like you say, the grandmother, the aunties, the people that's connected is not only doing for you, praying for you, and doing all of that different stuff that we don't know nothing about. We around there wilding, but is a. But
you know what's right and wrong, though.
Factual.
You know what I mean? Factual. And so you know where to take it to. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like especially in Chicago, like the way y'all grow up. You know what I mean? It's like. You know, you got it's so many guys that's so talented, right? So many guys are so talented that come from where we come from, right? That could be in the same position, but they took it too far.
Yeah,
It wasn't
some
necessarily
could have been
smart.
further in a better position than us. Would say more talented or something. Could have been better than us, but like you said, went too far.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: when you start making the name for yourself at Crossroads, and you know you a big deal, where you from? With the people where you from giving you a hard time, like, oh man, you ain't going to the school that's around here in the hood, but you go over there and you just
you know why? Because I tried to transfer and go to the hood, to the school in the hood, and then the coach told me, man, he was like, yo, you gonna have to be the 3rd string point guard. I said, yo, behind who? These two. So I was like, I was cool. And then, like, because Crossroads was where it was, like, we weren't playing against nobody. You know what I mean? So I was short. I was 5'3" in 9th grade, 5'5" in 10th grade, 5'8" in 11th grade, and that's when I kind of, like, turned the corner. You know what I mean? And then by the time my senior year, like, dudes was like, yo, what's up, dog? I'm like, yeah, it's me, fool, BD. They're like, no way. Because they always remember me as, like, the smallest kid. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I had shoulders. I was dunking on people. That was like, dog, that can't be the same dude. I tell you a funny story. Roy Williams was in my house recruiting me. And he recruited Paul Pierce.
Right.
And I played on Paul Pierce, AAU team. And he was like, yeah, man, you know, Paul, like, you know, when I went out there, you know, I remember recruiting Paul, and he played on this AAU team, and they had like all these young guards. And he was like, I was like, yeah, I was on that team. He was like, no, you wasn't. I was like, yes, I was. He was like, well, I was always intrigued by this little like handicapped point guard. He was like, he was small, but he was like, and I think they just put him out, you know, just like basically they like put him out there, but he was like holding his own.
Give him some playing time.
I was like, nah, dog, that was me. I had just broke my ankle, and I was a week out of my cast, and like that was me out there playing like a week out of my cast, because I was like, yo, I gotta get recruited. You know what I mean? I'm at Crossroads. So then he was like, there's no way that was you. I was like, Coach, I swear to God, if you have video, or if anybody got video, that was me. You know what I mean? So it was like I was that small. So even like Roy Williams and coaches didn't know like that. Like I was always on the circuit. I was just so little, dog.
That's crazy, man. So like for me, like, you know what I'm saying, you want, as far as like the whole LA, all of the kids, cause y'all got stupid amount of dudes that then came up under you. Like you like kind of like the Godfather. Like it sounds funny for you to say the Godfather, but like we old now. So, you know what I'm saying? You like the guy. They call him me OG. They call him OG.
Yeah, they call me Unc, dog. Hey, they starting to call me Unc. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up.
So like, but like for real though, you one of the dudes is like for like a city, like especially a city as big as LA that put out as many dudes y'all put out. You like a dude that really can almost say you connect and touch and know all of the dudes in some way or another. Like I be around here. I know a lot of the dudes too, but so that's how I know that everybody look at you like you LA Unified, you Drew Lee, you really one of the dudes that's the fabric that's in it. Still always been one of the first dudes, and you know what I'm saying? Like even you a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? Like you from one generation to the next, you can connect and bring all different generations together. Like you one of them dudes. So how that feel to, you know what I'm saying, how that type of reach and that type of impact on everybody?
Man, thanks. It's a blessing. You know what I mean? Just humble. One, and I think at some point when we was coming up, right, it wasn't a lot of LA dudes in the league.
It wasn't.
Right?
And y'all hardly was known any. As soft. Y'all was known
and
as
we
soft.
was known as soft, and it was like, damn, dog, like, no. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not having that. You know what I'm saying? And it even go back to my decision to not go to Duke, you know what I mean, but to go to UCLA. Because my whole thing is like, yo, if I go to Duke and I go rock with Coach K, I want to be one of the best basketball players that ever played a game. I already knew that, right? Come on, dude. Coach K, one of the best coaches. Like, that was like, I need that.
Right.
But then it was also like, I'm also from the East Side. And so it's hard to like leave knowing that, you know, it's so much at stake. You know what I mean? And like, you know, going back to your point, it's like, why I need to put on. You know what I mean? Like these young dudes that's coming up, they need to know that it's cool to stay home. You know what I mean? And like that's why I chose to stay at UCLA, because I was like, yo, it's a wave of point guards. If I go to Duke and I go do this thing, like I ain't gonna even be tapped in like I need to be tapped in. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just like it wasn't no dudes in the NBA. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, I gotta stay here. I gotta make a way. So when I got to the league, all my little homies was in college. So I rock with them. Took them on a private plane. We go to New York, hoop in the Rucker. Take them on a private plane. We go to commercial shoots. I needed them to see what the lifestyle was. Go work out with Harden and all them dudes when they was in high school. You know what I mean?
Word.
Like I needed them, like they needed to play against me because somebody had did that. Like Magic did that for me. And Pooh Richardson, all those dudes, Derek Martin, all those dudes did that for me at UCLA. So I wanted to do it for LA, you know. Right. And then at the highest point in my career, I think when I had like all the light, that's when I was like, yo, I need to create something that lives outside of myself that we can all be connected to, because it's just bigger than me, it's bigger than us. And then that's when I was like, all right, we're gonna create LA Unified. And then from that point, like our whole mission is we all equal, you know what I mean? And we just gonna shine a light on our OG homies, you know what I mean? Like it's 150 of them, you know what I mean? A lot of them played in the league, you know. But it's important for us to keep their legacy alive, tap into the young dudes so they keep our legacy alive, and you know that's how we create that cycle.
Where you got your mean streak, your competitive edge? Because you used to like you accepted the challenge no matter who it was. Like where you get that from? Like you got it.
I think I just got it from like being an underdog. You know what I mean? It's like I just never really like the floss, you know?
Yeah.
And being a dude who was always like the underdog, always like, all right, this dude ranked over me. All right, this dude better than me. All right, this dude better than me. That's where it came from. So low key, I used to like I used to be so frustrated because I had I come from, I come with a lot of stress to the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I come with a lot of shit. I got stuff going on at home in LA. I live in Charlotte. You know what I mean? I got problems.
It's a lot
and I got everybody else problems. So I'm bringing all that to the game, dog. And I gotta. That was what I played with.
That's how you released it.
That was my release.
Yeah.
That's like the place where I got to release
me.
all my stress. I wasn't afraid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't have to survive.
You was confident.
I was confident. I can you know what I mean?
I think that's something we all relate to. Like that's like you said, like that's part of like your upbringing. Like you say, having to be on the bus, knowing your boy got shot, and knowing how just the streets can be. Like when you get out here, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You already and you walking around like you got a certain disposition that came with your environment that then put you in there. Cause like, all right, you go to the park and you hoop, you might ball on the dude, you might get, you know what I'm saying? All right, he too cold, I'm about to push him down or something. Like, all right, so now I gotta learn how to not just be nice, I gotta learn how to stand up for myself too.
Dog.
And then like, now, all right, go from standing up for yourself to now I gotta have this disposition when I go out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta come out there like, nah, I'm nice and I'm with whatever you with. Yeah. And boy, act like it and I'm gonna show you. You know what I'm saying? And so like, that's where it comes from. So now when you get on the court, it's like, I'm coming with my same LA, my same Chicago, his same East. This what we went through. Yep. This is what got me here.
And you think I'm soft, dog?
Yeah,
homeboy. You think I'm soft? You think I'm soft? Where is this coming from? You know what I mean? You're like, all right, all right, let's play basketball. You ain't gonna beat me in basketball. Now you think because I'm from LA. You think I'm soft, dog? Like, all right, now where we taking this to? And now you know what I'm saying? That's how you said,
that was the rap.
Dog, that used to just piss me off because it was like, man, come on, dog. You think I'm all right?
Cause I'm telling you,
I'm better than
you go to camps, you go to Nike, Adidas, or whatever. When you coming up, we get to camps and we headed out there. It's like, all right, this was what from our aspect, outside looking in, not knowing nothing. We heading to camp. I'm like, all right. New York dudes got crazy handles. They can't shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, LA dudes soft. Whatever they could do, they soft. You know what I'm saying?
All you gotta do is bump them.
All you gotta do is knock them down. Like, and you already know we think we the meanest, toughest, nastiest dudes. That we from Chicago. Yeah. We from the murder capital. Blah blah blah. We yelling out all the ignorant stats about how many people get shot. Yeah. All of this, like we grit and grind. We from the cold. Most of our dudes got muscles and we physical and we ready and we welcome the confrontation. That's what we what and we from Chicago. Like we gonna wear it on our chest, saying all of that. We wear it with a badge.
Them camps, yo. Oh my God.
They don't even have that.
You got
no
the
more.
LA, you got the LA home, you got the Compton homies. So finally you got everybody from LA. You got Compton. And then everybody knew, like, oh, Compton, NWA, right. You know what I mean? But then everybody else was just like, oh, you from LA.
You saw.
But all the homies like, huh?
Right.
And then you got the Detroit homies, and they got a certain type of style, and they grimy. Then you got the Baltimore dudes. Oh my God. You know what I mean? You talking about grimy, dog.
They thought they was the most
Then the Chicago dudes, oh my goodness, dog. I was like, yo. Then you got the Texas boys. You know what I mean?
The Atlanta boys.
Yeah, you got the Atlanta boys. Atlanta boys was more cool, though. Atlanta boys were more like family-oriented, good dudes. You know what I mean? They had a little bit more like, I felt like they wasn't like grind. Them motherfucking Texas dudes, oh man. They used to come like, one dude come half his hair braided.
Florida boys was wild too, though.
Florida boys hung with themselves, though. They stayed isolated, them Florida boys.
Hey, boy, I remember we was at Adidas UD and all them KDs. They was deep, boy. They was deep. And they got into some static with somebody at camp. They got into static with some New York dudes, real tough.
Hey, dog, we used to eat them camps up. When we got to camp, it was like, oh, you think we soft? Oh, dog, we was turning the camp up. Me, Tayshawn.
That's how camp. Yeah, Tay was there when I was going through. He was my class. Tay was a boy. He was definitely a boy.
And then you'll look at Tayshawn and you'd be like, man,
he was unnassuming.
He's soft.
Yeah.
All right.
Tay throughout my whole career, Tayshaun and Karolinko was like two of my roughest matchups, period. Just because they linked and everything. Absolutely. And the way I played, it was like the polar opposites. I used to hate playing against them.
Me too. I used to bust your
ass. He weak.
What you thought about draft night? You wanted to get drafted by anybody, or you was cool with
Lakers, dog.
with Charlotte?
I wanted to go to Lakers.
You wanted to go to Lakers?
Hell yeah.
What was that scenario? I don't remember the scenario.
It was Vancouver had the number 2 pick.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember.
And Vancouver was gonna trade the number 2 pick, but Steve Francis was gonna be the number 2 pick. I was trying to get to number 2, so the Lakers would trade at 2. That was the only thing. That was like the only scenario.
Yeah.
But I think Vancouver was like asking for too much and whatnot. But I didn't want to go to Charlotte. I'm happy I did, but I didn't want to go to Charlotte. But I'm happy I did because like all my teammates was like wolves. You know what I mean? I like playing with them dudes. Them, you know, it was like
I had a crew.
We had a nice crew. We worked hard. You know, everybody was like underrated and had like stuff to prove. So, and they was older. You know what I mean? So it was just like being a young dude, like growing up with like all your OGs and shit. Because it was like no young dudes on the team.
Word. Now I be telling people like people, you know how it is. Like you an older dude now that then. You know what I'm saying, did your thing, been in the prime, so you know how it is for mugs, like how soon you forget, like, boy, throwing one of them B. Diddy, like, throwback tape, like, boy, you talking about explosive, banging on whoever and doing that. And, like, I be telling people, like, you know, I had to guard you some of the times, like, problem.
Man, why are you guarding me, though?
Because you too big for the little guard. You was too big for the little guard.
You used to bully regular point guard.
I'm not that big.
I'm
no bigger than your point guard.
Yes,
who was your point guard?
It didn't matter.
Your point guard was bigger than me. He was bigger than me.
Jeff McGinnis wasn't bigger than you.
Height-wise, but not stature.
Nah, he was bigger than me. That dude was 6'4".
Yeah, height-wise, not stature.
Who was the one dude, right, on the Clippers when y'all was playing? That was like, yo, this nigga is the coldest dude. Why don't he play in the game? But when he get in the game, he like trash.
No,
we ain't had that.
We had one dude that was cold. He was like, man, he just ain't getting no PT.
Who was that?
Earl Boykins.
Oh yeah, Earl Boykins used to get off.
That's what I'm saying. We ain't had no duds. We had like, we remember that.
That was just young.
We was too loaded, and it was like at that point,
who was your center?
Oliver Candy. And then we had Sean Rooks backing them up.
Hey, yo, remember y'all played us in Charlotte? Was you on the team when rest in peace, Sean Rooks. That was my dog.
Yeah.
Was you on the team when y'all played us when Derek Coleman was on my team in Charlotte? Remember me? I think me and Touche was whooping at each other that game.
I remember that.
Was y'all on that team?
Yeah.
All right, so
cause we got that the same year. Yeah, Jamie. Yeah.
Did we beat y'all?
Nah, we came back and won. It was my second year, right?
I got a steal and I linked it.
Yeah, y'all was getting off. And me and Touche was like, he was home.
Right.
And I was just like, fuck it, all right, you know, I know people at home watching on Channel 13. I'm about to turn up. But the funniest shit happened, I remember Sean Rooks, rest in peace. He was in the post, and I guess he turned around and he elbowed Derek Coleman. You don't remember this?
Hey, DC was, boy.
He elbowed Derek Coleman. I was on the bench crying, dude. Hey, I was on the bench crying. You know, DC, that's big bro. You know, he the first dude in the league that fired on me, dog, and I felt like I was gonna miss a day. And like, you know, so that's big bro. I always fuck with him, right? So Sean Rooks elbowed him, right? So he come down the bench. Oh, he say, he a bleeder. Hey, you know, so he get mad. Now he go over there, he get checked in. He go fix his shit up. He walked right back to the scorer's table, right? But before he walked to the scorer's table, Sean Rooks come over like, damn, DC, you know, I
right,
my bad.
Cool shit.
That nigga said, nah. He said, nah, bro. No, Watch when I get my shit fixed. Nah, he got his Band-Aid on. He walked right to the score table, right? Y'all don't remember this shit?
I don't remember that.
Sean Rooks catch the ball at the elbow. Because remember, y'all was killing us. Sean Rooks was hitting them elbows.
I remember we was killed. That's why I was like,
y'all didn't beat us, though. Yeah, I don't think y'all beat us.
Pop joints.
So
yeah, I remember
DC
you started killing.
in.
Yeah, you right. I remember you started killing.
DC checked in, right? And he was guarding Sean Rooks. So Sean Rooks get the ball at the elbow, and DC like this. And like what you gonna do? Now you gotta shoot again. And Sean Rooks knew if he shot the ball, DC was gonna fire on him. Anyway, he said, "Blah!" right in his face. That was the funniest shit I had ever seen. That was the funniest shit I ever seen in the NBA. I was like, yo, the league is real, dog. The league is real. Like he was not lying, dog. He was not lying. Like retaliation. Back then, like it was like
you could do that back then.
You could do that.
You gonna fuck? You'd be like, what?
Yeah.
I remember dudes used to get mad when I dunked on him and we won a squad. What's happening, man? We go halftime. Like in them, some of them arenas, you gotta go into the side. Remember the old garden? You gotta walk in together. But remember, he used to always.
That's why I be laughing when I see these brouhahas and stuff. They be having that. Like, man, come on, dog. Like it used to be. It's so many dudes. It's just the way they play. Like, just think about it, bro. It wasn't, and I ain't talking about just big men. Like it used to be guards. Like Vernon Maxwell. Like, man, you say something to him.
Oh yeah,
like,
you better be quiet.
Bro, I'm talking about. Man, you just like Stackhouse, like say something like, bro, like you about to get like for real, and it's like, and then it's like them the type of dudes that like you ain't necessarily gotta be saying none of them. Like some dudes didn't like that we did this all and we were part like, man, they gonna come through like boom, like trying to screen you and hit you in the lane, and it's like,
mad at us. Some dudes
like we gotta return and we gotta.
They didn't like that.
Nah, you gotta bring that same energy back.
Y'all was out there flossing. Y'all was out there losing, having fun, crossing people up, throwing lives. Hey, y'all was making losing look fun, dog. I was like, damn, I want to go over there and lose with them fools. They over there cracking.
We had all the energy
I'm
in the
over here
world.
playing basic ball, dog. I need to go rock with them.
Yeah, we had all the fucking energy in the world.
That was one
That
thing.
shit was so funny, dude. Y'all used to be like getting smacked.
And when,
But
y'all was good though.
Now you got people that
y'all was good though. No, y'all was good. But it was like y'all was winning, so it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter if y'all won or lost. Y'all came. Y'all put on a show.
Yeah.
Y'all was young, and y'all was earning respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody respect. Y'all earn everybody respect.
That's what we was like. It's crazy, but like think about it, like we was went from not playing. It was like, man, look, we get out here, we got to do something to make out. Like it was like everybody was at the starting line, like just waiting. Like everybody like false start, ready to just take off. You had 5 dudes in one of year 1 or 2, and 3 of us all in year 1.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, we thirsty.
Man, y'all was good though.
And it was like, look, that's why I was like, it didn't even when it was losing, because a lot of times
the only reason y'all was losing because y'all was so young.
That's what I'm saying.
Because y'all had y'all energy
was
and everything.
crazy.
Yeah, but it was just like y'all didn't really have, outside of LO and y'all like making play, y'all didn't really have like that veteran playmaker or somebody that can just settle y'all down. Y'all would have had one dude.
Let me tell you, but it was progress because before we got there, LA Clippers won 17 games out of 82.
Hey, listen to
before we got there. When we got there, we got 5 dudes that's not even 21 and older. We can't even buy liquor or nothing like that. We playing all the minutes. We went 31 games in a grown man league.
No, y'all was
you know
killing.
What I'm saying? Then the next year, we went 39. We 2 games out the playoff. So the progress would have came, and we had money to
They
go
just-
and buy
yeah,
two,
they-
get
yeah, they
two
didn't know
big
what they
time
was
players.
doing.
They
They
wouldn't
didn't
even
know
get
what
no
they
big
was
time players. They had money to go
They didn't know
and get
what
a
they was
Tracy
doing.
McGrady or anybody to come play with us
Yeah,
and
you
be
know
like,
that. And everybody wanted to play with y'all. Y'all
And we
was
carved
away.
out the little thing. We had carved out little Clipper Nation. It was over here because they was doing a 3-peat at the time, the Lakers. So we was just
Nah, y'all was a fun team to watch.
Word, we
know the Lakers gonna win.
and
the
we was in the
championship.
streets though. That was
Yeah,
the thing.
and-
We
but
was at
y'all was
all
a
the high
culture.
school games. We was at the
Y'all was a
college
culture,
games.
dog.
Like
Y'all built a culture. You know what I mean?
Word.
Like y'all just as much as a part of this LA Unified shit as anything, because when y'all play for the Clippers, y'all was tapping in too.
Word.
D Wright, you know what I mean? Y'all gonna
the
see
whole
D
demo
Wright,
came from
Trev,
Trev. This
all
team
in.
that came from Westchester. Do you know that?
Nah, I didn't know that.
So we'll leave practice sometimes, go to their practice.
Yeah.
Be hooping with them, rocking with them, B Brown, all them. They
Yeah.
like, man, y'all should do we go to the game. We like, what y'all be doing? I say, look, man, y'all should do our stuff. Rep us in the game. This literally,
Yeah.
that literally started
That's
with them. That was
crazy.
their thing.
That's
and we
crazy.
started it like just trying to rep them, and then we never said nothing. And then it's like the legend grows because you don't say what it is.
Yeah.
We was like, don't say nothing. We want to get on the video game. 'Cause
Yeah.
remember they used to have raised the
Yeah,
roof on NBA. Like, we
yeah.
like, no, we gonna get on the video game. That was only our biggest
That's
thing. Like
fire.
that's literally where it came
That's a
from.
wave.
then when we
signed
did
Shout
one
out
of
to
them,
Bobby Brown and
signed all them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
their thing.
Bob
That's
was-
crazy.
all
That was
stuff.
their thing.
That's
and it was
crazy.
so dope that they never came full. Like that's our stuff. It was just like
No,
all
it's
love. 'cause
love,
It was
yeah.
love.
Yeah.
And they always felt like when we was doing, we was repping them in the first place, and then it just took
All
off.
day, yeah, all
So it was
day.
like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
used to get
But
mad
y'all
at
was
us
tapped
when we
in.
done.
Y'all was going to that game.
Word.
Yeah.
We was, you know what I mean? Y'all was like there. Y'all was
Word.
at games. Y'all was like in the culture. Y'all was on Fairfax. Y'all was
Fox
pulling
Hills
up.
Mall,
Fox
getting our
Hills
hair
Mall,
cut.
getting your hair cut.
Word.
All that.
They
So
see
you know,
no Lakers,
reports
they
in
saying-
Charlotte like, yo, you know, I'm hearing all kind of stuff in Charlotte like, yo, man, like, yeah, oh man, I gotta get out there. They
Word.
raw. They tapped in.
Straight up.
And they hooping and killing.
When you was coming up, who did you pattern your game after? Who did you see? You was like, man, I want to be like that right there.
Like everybody.
took something from everybody.
Everybody I thought was dope. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was like, I loved Isaiah, I love Magic, but I love John Stockton. You know what I mean? I love Jason Kidd. I love that Gary Payton was just like, I love that he was a dog. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
wasn't one to like, you know, talk shit. You know what I mean? But I just love how he used to get it. You know, like his dog, his
Accept the
attitude,
challenge.
like
Position.
his whole like bark and all that was
Yeah.
because like dog, you know you know like he
Right.
used to get me fired up, and then I used to love Sam Cassell. I used to love Ross.
Two
Smith.
point
I
geezer.
just used to like. I used to watch these dudes, and I used to just go crazy. And then in high school, when I was coming up, I used to always like watch the dudes in high school. So you know, remember Ronald Curry?
Word.
Ooh, I remember
That was my class.
Yeah,
From
Ronald
Virginia.
Curry used to have a Virginia cross.
The Virginia
Mark
cross.
Mark Karcher from Baltimore had the high Baltimore cross.
Yeah.
Steve Francis had the DC snatch in the,
The
you know, in the
DC
hand.
snatch, yeah.
No, I used
And
to
the head.
travel.
Word.
When I was in high school, I used to hit the road, dog. I need to go see what these dudes is out here doing. And so, you know, sometimes I just pop in on somebody, you know, city, you know, go mess with the homie A.
Word.
Pull up on Mark Karcher in Baltimore, you know, pull up on Steve Francis in DC, you feel what I'm saying? And start hooping with them, shit like that. And like it was like the dudes that was around me that was inspired. AI, you know what I mean? Like
Word.
AI was another one. Marbury was a dude. I really like Marbury game, you know what I mean? But it was like I like AI, like how he could dominate the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but Jason Kidd, I would say, would be the guy who was like, for me, was like the dude that, you know, secretly like you idolize the most. You know what I mean? It's
Word.
like California dude. I wanted to go to Cal. Just, you know, like this. He was a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Jason Kidd is like, you know, he's great because he was a scientist. Like he understood some shit that you didn't understand. You know what I mean? And he was like writing, you know, he would be writing his own script and his own plays in the game.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't like, and you know, obviously he'll never get nothing away.
Yeah.
So you have to be like tuned in,
So what he doing?
man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he orchestrate.
He moving them.
Nah, he was unbelievable.
Pieces on the board without even
All
touching
day.
it. With his mind. He moving, just dribbling. Moving
Nah,
pieces
and he
on
be
the board.
talking to you like, yo, you need to talk to me. Like, yo. And the way he be talking to his teammates, He was like, no, you sure? I'm like, yo, I be trying to understand that shit, trying to decode what he was saying. Like, he cold.
Yeah, Jason Kidd was one of my favorites too. Most definitely. Right now, the top 5 point guards in the league right now, who would be your top 5?
That's so hard.
I don't think so, but
It's Harden point guard.
huh?
It's Harden point guard.
No.
All right, so I can put Westbrook point guard.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Westbrook.
That's my favorite player in the NBA.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Kyrie.
Facts.
Kemba Walker.
Facts.
Yikes. Kemba Walker, homeboy. And
I'm waiting.
huh?
I know who
Go ahead.
it should be. Sam.
Am I missing somebody that I'm about to say some dumb shit?
Go ahead.
And I'm about to miss somebody. I hate when y'all put me on the
You're
spot.
definitely missing somebody.
I know I'm missing Dame Lillard.
Boom.
Yeah,
that's
what
all I was
I'm
waiting
saying.
on. Lily
Dang,
pad.
dog.
Okay.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, okay. We agree. I'm waiting on lily pad.
Gotta get Dame, though.
Who would be number 6, though?
A lot of people said John Wall before he got hurt.
Yeah. Then after that, ain't nobody really like.
It's just a toss up. It
Yeah.
varies.
Yeah, that's right. That's a
varies.
solid 5. Yeah, Kemba Walker, huh? That's my 5. That's my.
But you brought up Harden. What you think of what he this foolishness
Shit, bro,
that he is
bro,
putting
I
on
was
display?
another podcast, and they was asking me. I think it was on the radio. They was like, "Yo, could you guard Harden in your prime?" And I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah," because that's what we say. You feel what I'm saying? But like, yo, that kid got some shit.
Boy.
Yikes! I don't think nobody could. I think he can play in any era. You know what I mean? I think he can score in any era.
Clearly.
I remember in high school, when he was in high school, and I went back and I was playing pickup with Dart. You know Dart, it was Dart. And we was playing at Westchester at night. And like, yo, this kid was like, yo, I got him. I was like, man, who are you? Yo, this dude was locking me up. I'm not bullshitting, dog. The dude was playing like great defense.
James Harden?
I couldn't hear. Hell yeah. I couldn't make a shot, dog. I couldn't make a shot. I was like, yo, Dart, who is this kid? I was like, I want him to guard me. I was like, yo, every time we come to the gym and I hoop, dog, I want you to guard me every time we gonna go at it. I was like, yo, this kid is gonna be special, yo. Cause he was a guard. And he was smart. I think now that people see how much he scored, like you gotta think about how he came into the league. You know what I mean? He was kinda like the glue guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For OKC. So he would
facilitate.
And that was hard to replace. And OKC had some good dudes come after him, like the Reggie Jacksons and dudes like that. But it was like they couldn't replace the fact that the dude was a good basketball player, and he kind of played defense there. He wasn't, you know what I mean?
Right.
He did a lot of
He
different
came
things.
out of college like leading college in scoring. So you know he was definitely a scorer. It's just that when he got to OKC, he had to play a role, and then Houston kind of opened that Pandora's box back up, and now he on the tear. Better in the 90s or now? So like haircuts, were they better in the 90s or they better now?
Shit, they was fucked up in the 90s and they kind of fucked up now, I would say.
Bunch of little nappy head kids running around here. At least in the 90s, they was shape ups. Was like tight boxes.
Hey, dog, I can't even say nothing because like my haircut in the 90s, I was hella like square, and then I had a Jerry curl like 2 years ago. So
Yo, sidebar, that was ridiculous, bro.
hey, yo, I told my homeboy Chuck Taylor, I told my barber Chuck Taylor, I said, yo, I know Dr. Dre about to make this NWA movie. It was 2 years before. I was like, man, I got to get back in my essence. I got to reclaim LA. I ain't never had a Jerry curl. I grew up as a kid watching these dudes have Jerry curls and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grow me a Jerry curl, dog. I'm about to get all the way locked in. I'm about to make this Jerry curl famous, dog.
Hey, that was priceless, bro.
Yeah, I used to do crazy shit when I played with the Knicks. I had hurt my knee, so I couldn't really go nowhere.
Bored
as hell, dog. I just cut a big ass bald head right here, so I look like
had a Bundini. Had the Bundini going, bro.
That shit was funny as hell. I was walking around New York like that and shit. I'll be at dinner. I forgot I did that shit. I take my shit off.
Everybody looking at
Niggas
you
be like, yo, what's up? I'm like, oh, my bad. I was just bullshitting.
We got better in the 90s or now. Snoop.
I mean, of course, 90s Snoop Dogg was classic.
But Snoop like timeless. He kind of
I think
being cold.
Snoop funny
I
on
think
Instagram.
I think Snoop now is more, you know, it's like it's more well rounded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to hear everything he's talking about. Like it's not just a rap, but it's like what he's speaking about. You know, like the entertainer. Like I'm more entertained by him. You know, the '90s Snoop, I was like charged up. You know, now I'm more like entertained. I want to hear more from him. Like he doing his job as like, you know, like one of the main celebrities.
Word.
Better in the 90s. Rap music now or rap music in the 90s?
I think better rappers in the 90s, funner rap music now.
Okay.
But better rappers in the 90s, but like better rappers and like dope rap shit, like more like dope classic shit in the 90s.
Right.
But now the shit is just like, you know, it's like fun. You know what I mean? You can't, you know.
It's lit.
Yeah, it's lit. Yeah. That's all it is. It's a birthday. Everything is a birthday party. Everything lit.
Right.
You know what I mean? They ain't even making the cakes no more. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you had to make the cake, all that, press it up. You know, it was hard. It was hard. You know, it was hard in the 90s.
Right.
Got it too easy.
Better in the 90s or now? Like players dress codes, like players intro gear, like what we seeing, like, you know, like your LA young boy Russ Westbrook, fashion Mr. Y9, he come with the thunder. You got LeBron, you got is it better now or when you had MJ and them coming with the suits and all of that? Which vibe you feeling?
You know, I'm feeling this vibe.
I know you're a wild boy.
You know, hey, it's not, but it's just like, at least dudes got style. Back then, dudes had the 8, the 10 button suits. You feel what I'm saying? You can stick 2, 3 motherfuckers in one suit. You know what I mean? And then everybody had the same walker. You know what I mean? Everybody looked like they was
Donald shoes, the Donald Pliner joints.
Hey, everybody was either in an R&B group or on a rap basketball team. You feel what I'm saying? If you ain't have a basketball jersey, you was
had the Montel Jordan outfit on.
Hey, dog, what? You had them walkers, that 2-piece with that 8 buttons. You had to get one. You had to get your 8 buttons. That was uniform when you
first got drafted, bro. You had to get that in the Donald Pliners.
You gotta get your walker.
Hey, you used to kill him, huh? Hey, the big dudes used to have to get
come down right past his waist down to.
Yeah, I had to get him. I used to have him with the drawstring,
Oh, man.
All that
remember
stuff.
Homeboys used to get the but see, like back then, you know, remember you used to get the custom sweatsuits.
Nah, I ain't never get it. You talking about from Buddy Andy out here in LA. Hey, he be sitting in the lobby as soon as he get there.
You know, Farouk. You get Farouk. People used to run to Farouk.
Farouk pull up with a whole store. A whole rack.
Hey, you get off the elevator, go in your room, you see a big whole store sitting there. You like, oh, homeboy in the building.
Farouk used to hit everybody up.
Hey, Farouk see Detroit, he got all the furs.
Buddy.
Whatever.
You walk in somebody's room, you be like, Farouk, what you doing here?
Boy, got Sean John State Property, everything.
Everything.
Before we,
He's like, Farouk, you'd be like, Farouk, dog, like, Farouk, it's hot as fuck with these jeans. Don't worry. I'll come back, motherfucker, cut them shits. You got some jeans shorts. You got some rock-a-wear jeans shorts now, killer.
Hey, people don't know, do they still
Taylor.
like, you know how we used to land in New York, go like to the State Prop, Rockaware, all that stuff, and go get all the gear.
Man, we used to get laced, dog.
Man, come back from the East Coast with crazy stuff. Crazy.
Varsity.
It ain't like that no more, huh?
Nah.
when we came out, we got the opportunity to do movies. We got the opportunity to do TV shows. We got the opportunity to do commercials, all that stuff. And now since you you out the league, you dibbling and dabbling in the entertainment industry. I just wanted you to just touch a light on like the stuff that you got, just like
WTF.
not really just going on, but just how you being so creative in your mind, how you coming up with all this stuff, and just showing how like outside of basketball, like you turned into this whole entrepreneur.
That, bro. Shit. You know, I think it was one, I wanted to do it, and it was just like, you know, I take directing classes, acting classes, you know, every class I could take. When I was in New York, I took advantage of it. When I'm here, I take advantage of it. And, you know, I always wanted to make movies, right? I always wanted to tell stories. I think, you know, it just kind of dawned on me when I was like doing my research, like Ernie Barnes, like when I was coming up, like he was a hero of mine because he stepped away and he was like, yo, my greatest thing is like my art. I can paint these dudes better than I can play. You know what I mean? And when you look at his art transcends time. So for me, it was like, you know, basketball, I'm gonna be as great as I possibly can. You know what I mean? I'm probably not gonna be Magic Johnson, but at the same time, like I'm so into every time I connect, like we like brothers, you know what I mean? So every time we connect, everybody got a story. And so I'm looking at the story, right? And I'm appreciating the story as it unfolds. And I just think for me, it's just like being able to say like, yo, we're great storytellers, right? We have a great repertoire of film and shit like that because we spend time sharing ideas, sharing movies, sharing books. So, you know, that's why I wanted to get into film, because I felt like, you know, that could be like a even greater voice for me and something to show that, you know, you can, other athletes that like, yo, you can use, you can follow these steps, or you can take the steps you want to be able to at least tell your story, or a story that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So I got the show What the Fuck, WTF BD, tune in. You feel me?
Word. Like how did you, like speaking on that, like how did you come up with that? Like just like doing that on your own and then taking it around and shopping, or did you know what I'm saying, did you develop with somebody? Was it your own idea? Was it like,
I was sitting on it for a long time, and it was like kept being like different iterations of it, and like people passed on it. Or like you get close and you're like, damn, it's about to go. And it's just like, you know, people's like, yo, that's a good idea, but nobody really wanted to take the chance. And Full Screen stepped up, they took the chance. And then I was like, yo, like, all right, we gonna freak it, you know, and we only had like 13 minutes to play with it, so it had to be tight, you know, but I was just like out there like, yo, I know I can do this. I know I can do this. You know, I watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, like My Life is Funny. I want to make something that athletes can relate to, hood dudes can relate to, and just like the normal person that's like, you know, going through something that got something. And so that's when I was like, yo, I need to create something for myself, you know what I mean, instead of for other people. And so now I'm just starting to like really get into like acting and directing. And so I just right now I'm gonna start just making people laugh and shit. And then at some point I turn the corner and start making people cry. You know what I mean? But right now, we need to get these jokes out. You know what I mean?
Straight up. And you putting an executive producer under your jacket, man.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I'm
trying, bro.
That's a salute, but that, like, it was funny, bro. Like, I'm really trying to.
I need y'all in my next movie. The movie I'm directing, Domino, coming. We're going to be directing that at the end of the summer. Y'all going to be in it? You know how to play dominoes?
You know, I be Denzel.
You know how to play dominoes?
Yeah, I know how to play dominoes.
All right, y'all say that. All right. You got the domino.
Say, man, we definitely appreciate the OG. One of the real talk gatekeepers, you know what I'm saying? BD, for, you know what I'm saying? We came through this. This is his space, his creative space. We out here in his building, and he welcomed us in. Keeping it real with us, man. We definitely
love, bro. This show is fucking dope as shit, man. Love y'all, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Y'all my brothers for life.
You know what I'm saying? That's the Knuckleheads, bro.